Welcome to Stranded Deep, a game where literally everything kills you and your job is to survive. This is my friend Josh, and his job is to make sure that I survive to the end of the video. After a pretty smooth landing, we head out to see the open ocean. And after a fat loading screen, this is it, the first day. Josh starts to explain to me the basics and how to survive in this game. Josh was kinda like my dad. He'd tell me to go do things, and while I was doing them, he'd leave. And by leave, I mean he'd leave and do some practical stuff like building a bed and all these other things. So he's kind of nothing like my dad. I actually have quite a good relationship with my father. I'm just saying this to sound more relatable because people like Johnny out there who don't have a dad can really relate to this. I don't know anyone called Johnny, but Johnny, if you're watching this, your dad doesn't love you. We gather up the resources that the island has to offer and experience the life. I also find this red container with nothing in it. Pretty pointless if you ask me. Josh did explain to me how the crafting system worked, but I'm going to be honest, I was not listening in the slightest. I then realised how much this game actually has to it. There's a whole regeneration system where you have to make sure you're hydrated, not, hungry. You have to watch, if you have heat stroke or not. It's really intense. Speaking of tense, it's nightfall and Josh is cooking up a storm on the campfire. I can't believe it, I survived the first night. It's day 2 and me and Josh both get to work. By work I mean going and looking at the sea, and by both I mean just Josh. Watching these clips back has really made me realise just how much Josh has done absolutely nothing for me. And after I pretty much did nothing for the day ends and nightfall starts. And once again Chef Josh is cooking the scran. Really gotta love how detailed this game is. You can die of starvation, you could die of dehydration, but standing on a completely lit campfire doesn't do any damage. This game is just so realistic. Just two bros chilling by the fire. I check my watch and it says you should subscribe. Nah, jokes aside, it's saying that I'm probably gonna die, I'm not gonna make it till morning. On the topic of you subscribing, please do, as I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by some point next year. I'm not expecting it to be soon. However, I'm hosting doing a series on TikTok at the minute where I'm posting a video every single day of just how it's going. So make sure to go and follow that in the description for just daily updates on the channel. I don't remember why and I don't remember how, but now we have some fish that's just on our island now. I have no idea why. This game really makes me want to go on a plane, have a plane crash and just end up on an abandoned island with one of my best friends. It's really a vibe. Pretty sure we were trying to get a thumbnail, but yeah, I already know whilst recording this that that's not what the thumbnail's going to be. And then my tiny speck-sized brain has an idea. But before that, I found out where we got that fish from. If anyone actually cared about that, we got it from the ocean. Obviously, that's where fish live. We're on the ship, and Josh proceeds to warn me about potentially breaking my leg. I continue to search the ship more, but to be fair, it was kind of pointless. There's nothing in it, and now every time I jump, I nearly die. So that's great. My dad, Josh, then decides that he's going to make me a splint to help my leg. So hopefully I don't perish. Oh, and I found the flare gun and the first thing I did was shot it in the air, because, well, why not? Ah, yes, just some flimsy wood to completely change the fact that my leg snapped in half. Now I'm wearing this, it's like I never got injured. Makes complete sense. With a splint now permanently attached to my leg, the third night rolls around. I'm sure standing on this lovely fire will solve my leg issues. It's day 4 and it's time to leave the nest. Me and Josh, you see, are pro gamers, so we don't want to be stuck on the regular first island. We want to go and explore. This starter island's for peasants, and you know it. Josh then tells me to choose an island, and I choose that one because, well, it's the closest, and that's effort to go somewhere else. Me and Josh proceed to sail to the next island. After a little scare of being beached on a rock, we both proceed on our journey. I'm quite surprised really, because Josh said this would be a really difficult job, but it's actually been quite smooth sailing. Not even being funny, this happened way too many times. It got very annoying. I mean, at least this time, the slimy little sea cretin flipped it up on its front this time. Land, sweet, sweet land. Now it's just time for the depopulation and the deforestation. The first thing we do is start a fight with this crab. We just felt like it. He looked too intimidating for our liking. We then chased Piggy Boy around for a couple of minutes, and then we ganged up on his father 5 minutes later. The way you can pick animals and other items up in this game is just so funny. It's easily the best mechanic in this game. We then come across this pesky little boy. If you can't see it, it's a snake in the grass. We probably could have killed this thing a whole lot easier if Josh wasn't god awful at throwing spears. Okay, before anyone laughs, this is the first time I've ever fought a snake, so I thought I was safe. Well, I wasn't. Yeah, so that's not great. Luckily though, the game crashed, so dub. Me and Josh then hopped on a day later, and well, I'm fine. I'm not dead. I guess the game just didn't really save it. We just both kind of timed out. I mean, it's storming now, which isn't great, but you know, I'm alive, so that's a big win. So we tried to sort of, you know, sort ourselves out and just get a little bit organised in general, really. You know, I get some coconuts and then have another massive scare because I thought I was bitten by another snake. And then I believe it was day 5, I'm not quite sure. I then check my watch and see that I have poisoning. So that's not great. And I'm probably going to die in about 10 minutes. Dr. E40 Han, on the other hand, has an antidote and is planning to cure me. I then find another snake, and this time I make sure I am as far away from it as possible. I'm not getting poisoned again. I then climb this mountain, because, you know, why not, until Josh reminds me if I die, he can't get me, so I hurriedly climb back down afterwards. It's hard to think that this purple little Barney the dinosaur Donny can kill me. It's very hard to believe. Speaking of stuff that kills me, but we all know that in real life, if you die, all you have to do is just get a friend to, you know, pick you up, and then your poison and everything that killed you is just eradicated. Like, come on guys, it's common knowledge. Me and Josh then invent a game called Catch the Snake. And you know what? It's quite a fun game, you know? Never hurt anyone. Josh, I'll throw it back to you. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Josh, I stood on it. Josh, I stood on it. Oh, for God's sake. I can't believe this purple thing can kill me. Why am I so stupid, man? Yeah, so on that note, thanks for watching. That was Stranded Deep. I'm looking to make more videos on this game and me and Josh hopping on and just having fun. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.